Hello, you're watching Campus France Live. Thanks a lot to be there with us today to talk about higher education in France and to discover Institut Lyfe, a school dedicated to l'art de vivre, can we say, and all the different jobs regarding the hospitality field. And we are going to discover Institut Lyfe and to answer all the questions that you might have with you. Angelika, hello.
Hello.
You're the International Business Development Manager. We're also with Emma DAMPOUX. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot to be there with us. You're a student of one of the Bachelor. You're going to tell us more in a few minutes. And we are with you, Ariel, KEREN. Hello. You're also a student of Bachelor. First of all, Angelika, can you introduce Institut Lyfe in a few words?
Well, thank you very much to welcome us here. Institut Lyfe is hospitality management school located in France in Lyon. We are one of the leading world schools offering these programs. We offer programs in bachelor level, master level, and also welcome PhD students on our campus in our research center. So we offer three bachelor programs: Bachelor in International Hospitality Management, Restaurant Management, and Wine and Beverage. I will explain this complex program later. We have also Bachelor in International Culinary Management and Bachelor in International Pastry Management. So students have chance to follow studies in our master's degree, which we offer in dual degree in collaboration with OIM Lyon, for example, Masters in International Hospitality Management, and our Master in International Leadership Innovation, Culinary Leadership and Innovation, we offer with CAILLON University in Finland. So students will travel, study in Lyon, and travel to Helsinki to discover northern point of view in innovation and culinary arts.
So a lot of programs, so we are going to discover more about them during this live session. But first of all, let's watch a little video to know more about Institut Lyfe, and we will be back just after that. How would you describe the campus, Angelika? Two castles to study in?
Outstanding facilities for our students. Today we offer two castles with two campuses. Our former campus dedicated for culinary arts always has name Paul Bocuse, and the second campus just opened 1 year ago, dedicated for hospitality, restaurant management studies, has name of Gérard Pellisson. School benefit from this actually two amazing people, visionaries who started this adventure more than 30 years ago. School was founded by these two people in 1990s, by Paul Bocuse and Gérard Pellisson. Gérard Pellisson is co-founder of Accor Group.
So that's a long history and people with a huge background. Maybe, Emma, you can tell us a few words about you. What is the bachelor you're studying in, and why did you decide to join Institut Lyfe?
Yes, of course. So my name is Emma DAMPOUX. I'm French and American. I come from the Paris region, Versailles, and I'm in the English section in hospitality management. So we're about 20 students in our class. So that was one of the reasons I chose the school, is the close-knit family that is offered as well, and then the different possibilities of working, so doing internships, as well as having theoretical classes. And I actually, when I came to the open days in 2022, I fell in 2022, yes, I fell in love with the school. It was just an instinct. I loved the students. They were so passionate about everything. And it was, I mean, just the excellence that's offered, and with our uniforms, I think there's a whole image that's also given to students.
And you, Ariel, what is your background, and what are you studying at Institut Lyfe?
Well, I'm Canadian from Montreal, Quebec. I'm studying in the Bachelor's Culinary Arts program, Culinary Arts Management program, sorry. I chose Institut Lyfe because, well, in my honest opinion, if I were to learn French cooking, it has to be in France, obviously. It was very much driven by that. The school has such history, especially taking on from a chef like Paul Bocuse. It was almost a must go. The ambiance, especially when I stepped into the school for the first time, I'll never forget it, was magical, especially stepping into a massive chateau and being welcomed by all these service people. The staff is extremely nice. People are extremely understanding, especially because I didn't have a lot of faith in my French skills in the beginning. So no, it was great. And it was really just that fact that I really felt that the school was a family. And that was a really big part of my decision, knowing that I'll be able to, call on some of my classmates maybe later down the road to maybe start a business or have some consulting done. I think it's a great opportunity, and that's pretty much why.
What are the different languages, Angelika, that you offer for the classes?
Well, of course, we offer programs in bilingual programs in French and English, but also for international students, they have chance to choose program taught fully in English.
Okay, so it depends on the program that
all
you're
programs,
choosing.
They have choice to choose between a bilingual program, French-English, or 100% taught in English. And what is great, when international students come into France, they will have also chance to study French. If they study in English, but French will be part of their program.
And how would you describe the teaching method? Is it more theoretical, practical? How does it work, the combination of the two of them?
Basically, we're a unique school in the world with such as opportunity for students having at the same time very strong program in business program. So with all topics they will study as if they study in business school, very prestigious business schools, because today we are part of Conférence des Grandes Écoles. We were first school in hospitality management in France getting in this association. It's such as, compared to the United States, it's an Ivy League of schools in France, most prestigious associations of the most prestigious schools in business and engineering. So program's very strong. The students will study in bachelor programs, they will study full program business. So marketing management, human resources, communication, finance, accounting. And at the same time, program will be very strong, dedicated in practical and applied subjects. So speaking about culinary arts, Ariel, we're expecting the students become virtuous in cuisine. So we have very strong technical skills. In hospitality management, we expect them to become leaders, entrepreneurs, like in the culinary arts. Basically also, we hope that we all will be able to open your business, become leaders in industry. So they have dedicated courses in culinary arts. For example, it will be techniques, it will be restaurant management, it will be operations, purchasing services. They will study everything related to barista, coffee knowledge, mixology, tea knowledge, design. and theater, they expect that they have very strong skills, communication skills. And in hospitality management, what is interesting, students also will discover the part of management, hotel management, restaurant management, wine and beverage management, and of course design, of course also theater, to be confident in its self-expression. So it's extremely complete program, and I think we're also very strong in development of soft skills, innovation.
What does it mean for the people watching us today, the soft skills? What does it mean, and how do you help them with that?
So soft skills is everything related what is today we are looking for relations with other people. We hope that our students will be people who care of others, and the service. But service with a big S. So it's take care of other people, to make them dream. People usually don't think that hospitality is an industry, but basically it's a huge industry, one of the biggest in the world. We occupied third part of services in the world. So all industries, hospitality and restaurant management, for example. So it's industry, it's business, but we make people dream. We make people happy, we create memories.
So Emma, what from all the different subjects and classes that you are following, what is the one that makes you the most dream?
Oh gosh, this is a good question. There are so many different subjects that we have here at the Institut Lyfe. I would say recently I had a class with Monsieur Legrand, so it's about a sustainability class, and I thought it was going to be about RSE, so social responsibility, but it was more about how to have a balance, how to not, emphasize too much on wasting, but it's also having that environmental perspective for not only hotels, but for companies like worldwide. So it's a very interesting class, but there are so many other classes as well. We have Chinese and Spanish classes that are very interesting because we not only learn about how to speak in this language, but we learn also the culture and the culture aspects of those. To
be able to work all over in the world,
exactly.
Or to welcome in France people from all over in the world. I think that's really important indeed. And you, Ariel, from those different classes that you are following, which one is the one you prefer the most?
Well, being in the culinary arts programs, I do like my practical classes. I like being in the kitchen. Right now we're doing, my group actually is in the middle of a big project for our second year. We had to make a pop-up restaurant within the school itself. So the school has a few sites where students can work in the restaurants. And this project we have in the second year is honestly one of the bigger reasons why I joined the school. It was to make basically a whole menu off of a concept the class agrees on. And you run with it. You make your amuse-bouche, your entrée. You have 3 choices for your mains, and then your dessert and your miardis. So it's been a life-changing experience, really, to get with this group and talk. And we're all coming up with ideas and sharing our, not just our culinary points of view, but our life perspectives. And so it all
team working.
Yeah, and especially I'm very lucky seeing as I'm in the international class. We all come from different parts of the world. So in our dishes, we really start to taste that kind of all the different aspects and the different points of view. So it's really, really nice.
It's something interesting, Angelika, because in this kind of field, the practice is really important. You were talking about the way it's balanced with the theoretical classes, but is it possible to work and study? We know that in France, it's something more and more common, the idea to have some weeks or some days in class and then to be in a workplace. Is it something that you offer for international students?
It's a very good question.
Thank you.
Today, school is not only classes. When you study in this kind of school, Institut Paul Bocuse, also we run 7 restaurants on campus or in the city center, including one Michelin star restaurant, Saison. We run also 5-star hotel and Galerie by Sofitel, and our residence is at one side is a student's residence. At the same time, this is budget hotel. So students being already on our campus will discover in our practical rotation not only study, how to cook in classes, but also how to put it in practice with the real clients. And it's very interesting. And of course, they have opportunity to work after classes on weekends. So maybe Emma would like to tell a few words about this experience for international students.
Of course, I think it depends on how you balance your time, but you do have some extra time to work if you want on the weekends, especially once you're in theory classes. You have your Saturdays and Sundays off, so you can definitely work, and also after classes. But then once you're in the practical part, this depends once again on your schedule, but it's totally possible on campus as well. Recently, we have now offers where we can do what they call in France extras, so we can work part-time in the different restaurants, but you can also be part of a lot of associations within the school, so you can definitely dedicate some time outside of classes.
At the same time, our students have opportunity after each year of study go for internship. Usually the first internship is we spend in France, but all next. Of course, international students are very welcome to stay in France in a row, because this is your international experience. You are coming for this expertise in France. But at the same time, you have amazing opportunities to work with amazing packages, because we are in hospitality management, hospitality business. So you might have food, housing, including with remuneration part. So why don't go to have some experience in, well, in France it might be in Polynésie Française, or might be in French Riviera, it might be in 5-star hotel in Paris, in Michelin star, our first year students coming in Michelin star restaurants. Maybe you'd like to tell a few about your experience in internships.
Yeah. After my first year studying, I decided to do a Michelin star restaurant in the north of France. The name is La Grenière. It was a really eye-opening experience. It was very hard, I have to be honest. But it taught me a lot about timing, being precise, being organized especially. A lot of these tools that now help me a lot in school, having a really proper mindset in the kitchen, coming into work and knowing what you have to do and how to organize the day. It's things that I don't think, although the school has a very complete education, it's things that definitely you learn a lot from being in the actual field and being, dealing with the actual practical situations. So yeah, it's a lot of the internships, I use them as kind of tools to adjust maybe gaps in knowledge that I might not be able to procure at school. And yeah, it's a great experience.
So it's a good way to discover the world you want to work in.
Especially, I would say, a safe one also, because the school follows you along during your whole internship. So even if you do decide to leave from France, you're never truly alone. The school's always there to contact you and help you out if there was any problems, especially during my internship. Thankfully, I didn't have any issues, but there's some people that had maybe work hour problems or visa problems. The school was always would always help them get through it, and it saved a lot of people's internships, which was really nice.
Angelika, what are the different steps to apply?
Well, very easy basically. So each year we start international students recruitment from September, and all season going. Now we will have our 3 last selections days. Basically we have selections days each month. So until in bachelor program, students may apply until mid of June, but obviously for visa issues we suggest you to apply as soon as possible and at least pass your tests in May, end of May. So basically you have to apply online, upload the documents as usual. It's passport, it's copy of your passport, the 3 latest grade reports from your school, maybe your high school diploma if you have already, and your letter of motivation letter and CV. That's it. And then pass interview and written test. Interview is most important. You have to be prepared.
And what is the interview about? What are the different questions that you ask?
Yes. What about interview? In your memory, Emma, do you remember how you passed your interview? What kind of questions it was about?
It was mostly why to choose the school and why the specific bachelors as well. And also why you're passionate about this industry, like what motivates you and what are your future goals. So maybe some few advice like to give to students who are applying, being confident and really researching the school as well. It's very important.
Yeah, the interview on my end was fairly stressful, I have to admit. I was back home, I was depending on Wi-Fi and stuff, it was all over the place. But I was interviewed by 2 chefs, and it was mostly about my current knowledge, what I've been doing in the industry already, obviously my motivations for being in the school, my expectations in and outside of the school. That was a very big part. I think if I really had to recommend any type of like advice or something is, yeah, be prepared. Having, you know, knowledge about the industry, about the school is extremely important. Understanding where you might want to be in the future is also extremely, I would say, pertinent to the conversation. But at the end of the day, if you're just really interested in the program, or at least in the art, they can see it and they can tell.
Emma, how would you describe the life on campus? We can see the pictures. We have just known that there is housing on campus, but it's also dedicated to discover this hospitality work. How would you describe your life as a student at Institut Lyfe?
I think it's exceptional. I think we're pretty privileged to have beautiful infrastructure and architecture. And we're surrounded by, as you mentioned, Mrs. CAILLON, the restaurant Saison. So everything to elevate us in the industry as well. But we have a lot of associations present on site as well. We have the Pépin Association, the wine and beverage. We also have the BDE, what is called the like events and afterworks. They organize the parties for students as well. And then we have recently a podcast association. So there are a lot of things present at school, and we also have the opportunity to work. So while we're in the practical aspect of our academic years, we can work at the residence school, as you mentioned as well, Mrs. CAILLON. So there are a lot of opportunities offered on campus.
And Ariel, how was your integration as a Canadian student coming in France for was it your first time in France or in Lyon?
So I've been to France before. Okay. I haven't lived really anywhere else but Canada. But wow, it was definitely interesting. Very quickly, I learned a lot of people like Quebec, Québécois. So that was nice. I got a pass on a lot of stuff. My accent in the beginning wasn't great, but now it's slowly improved. Campus life has treated me very well. I did stay at the residence for my first year. It was great. It's like 5-minute walk from school. I'd wake up a few minutes before class. I don't know if I should actually say that, but I'd wake up a few minutes before class and I'd be there on time, all nice and ready. So it was really nice. And when it comes to obviously the associations, I'm a part of Les Pépins. So it's the kind of wine and spirit. We recently did a whole like sake tasting with like 6 different brewers. That was exceptional. I really got to understand more in depth on like sake process and what it takes to actually make a proper sake. And meeting those, how do I say, industry leaders was also really, really nice. And then, well, yeah, everything else is, the students are very nice. People are quite easygoing, I would say, especially in my program. So I have not many complaints, I'm going to be honest.
Angelika, one of the most important thing about a school is the way it helps you to integrate in the professional world. You told us earlier that each year there is a possibility to do an internship, and we had some example about that. But after graduating, how does it go for your students? Are they can they easily find a job, and where and what kind of field?
Yes, absolutely. In this industry, well, what was very important for international students is to know that when you come to study in France, of course, you will get amazing experience, very demanding on the world market in the hospitality industry, in culinary arts, in pastry. So basically, when even during your studies, you will start already to do internships in France and abroad. Today, destinations, very popular destination for internship, for example, in the United States, in Asia, in Australia. So this is a and obviously in Middle East. And our students, well, on our website, you can see on our brochure, you can see that 96% of our students get employment 6 months after graduation. What does it mean? The 4% that left, they travel. They have very busy life during your study. You have 2 semesters of study and then internships during 3 or 4 years. Even they follow for master's degree. So quite busy, 3, 4, 5 years of study. And they like to take like 1 year travel to make some jobs, to discover world and to work. But careers, when they get in for careers, the students get amazing positions, pedagogical positions worldwide in the leading companies. They open their own restaurant just after graduation. So no worries.
So it's a good way to start in the professional world. To conclude, Emma, what would be your last piece of advice for the people watching us today? What would you advise them to do if they're hesitating?
I think it would be being curious and outgoing. I think people are very friendly at the campus. We have so many international students in my class. There are a lot of Erasmus students as well, and they're all like so nice. So I think, you know, taking the time to explore the city as well. We're next to Lyon. It's the best city for gastronomy in France. We have beautiful museums as well and architecture. So definitely taking the time to explore the area, the region, and maybe travel in France as well. But also to talk with the students. They have so many different professional experience, and everyone is, and even the teachers are very inspiring as well. So that would be my advice, I think.
And you, Ariel, for the international students who might be hesitating to join France and to join Institut Lyfe?
Well, definitely like leaving my country was definitely a great experience. In the beginning, I was very, very scared. I was leaving a lot behind. But it really did become all worth it. I've met some great people here, people I hope that stay in my life for the rest of my life, I would like to say. If you're hesitating on coming to the school, I would just say the career is extremely demanding. The school is demanding too. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but it's exactly that makes it worth it. The teachers are there to push you through it, and especially your fellow students. It, as I said in the beginning, is just this big family that it's great. I'm
so join the family would be the message.
Yeah, really, just join the family. It's great. We all are in it together. We all push through hard times together, especially in the international group. I would say it's a bit smaller compared to the French program. So it just becomes this big family that does all of these programs and all of these like activities together. So yeah, if you're far from home and you're missing family, well, life is exactly it.
Thanks a lot, Angelika, CAILLON, Emma, and Ariel, for having been with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to you for having watched us. If you still have questions or if you want to begin the admission process to join Institut Lyfe, you can visit the website. See you soon on Campus France Live.